Hi friends, this is Suzy, your gaming guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 1630 in Candy Crush Saga, where we have 27 moves to clear out or collect 3 ingredients. If you find these videos helpful, I'd ask that you consider liking and subscribing. That in turn would really help me out. And this is a special dedication to Dee, who let me know that they've changed this board considerably, and the changes have her stuck. So, this should be fairly straightforward. We need to bring this down to here. We've got a wrapped candy that may or may not help us. Sometimes these flow out of their current columns. But that's actually a technique that I think we want to try over here because it's going to be really tough to get through a lot of licorice and frosting. Look at the 5 layers of thick frosting all the way down into that corner. It would be better if we could have this slide out. It's tricky to do, though. All of the circumstances have to go just right. Let's jump in and see if I can show you what I'm doing. Let's remove that licorice if we can. That slid off. Notice things tend to flow from left to right on this board. That's really important because it means this is probably going to be easier to catch than this one because things don't want to flow this way as easily. And now in order to make that happen, I need to try to ignore this line for a while and work on this row and the rows below it, if I can. Right now I'm just kind of stuck waiting for something to happen, waiting to open these up. Now see, this is exactly the move I don't want to make. I don't want to be taking this out. I need to shift things downward. Oh my goodness, all of these opportunities to make the stripes here. And really very little opportunity to do anything other than make those stripes there. I keep burning turns and it's not really working because I keep getting the same setup. So it looks like what I'm trying to show you isn't going to be possible this time around. Maybe. I'm still going to work on it. So I have to leave these intact. It's really important. Taking these out isn't nearly as hard as just leaving these intact. This is against me. So we're going to see that sometimes the plans that we have don't really work. Oh my goodness. Nothing is turning out right. Oh, this is sad. And I'm not even saying that this is the only way to do it and that we can't work through here. It's possible. It's just not very likely, in my opinion, to get all of that work done in the number of moves we have available. And it's also not impossible that we could move these over. It's just a lot more difficult if we're not allowing that cascading to happen, allowing things to flow through like water. That will be the easiest way to approach this if we can get there. We can't get there from here. This turn, not going to happen. We got the easy one removed. Yay, us. But you can see how difficult it is to crash through all of the rest of this. I'm going to pause the recording. I'll come back with a new board. I'm going to have the microphone turned on, though. I need you to see how this is supposed to work if we get a situation where we don't have to fire all of those stripes right at the very row I don't want to fire them. So I'll be right back with the microphone on and at least show you what I intend to do with this board. Okay, so let's try to bring this downward. We're going to avoid this row and work on this row, right? That's the goal here. Yeah, see, look what happens. So evil. So I'm not going to fall for it. I'm going to try to bring that down lower before I do that. There we go. That's the kind of thing I need to have happen. And it's hard to let go the stripe and not take it out because eventually we do need to clear that area. Now we've gotten rid of an ingredient, so we've got more space to work in. Yes, I took a layer off here, but this is still thinner now that I've been able to get some work done. So I'm going to keep going with that. Keep taking this out. I'll make this stripe here, but then I'll also take this. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to be able to make it this time round, but at least I'm showing you what I want to have happen. So there's kind of three parts to all of this. The first is to avoid this row. The second is to open this space up so we've got enough. Well, no, the first is to avoid this. The second is to take out this so these stream this way. And then the third is to make enough things happen over here so that once we get everything over here, we can go ahead and remove it. Which is still tough to do. It's just not as tough as getting it through these columns. You can see that at least we're getting closer with this. These are still blocked. These are a lot healthier. So even though I didn't get it this time round, that's the instruction I wanted to share with you. The first attempt did not permit me to do it all. And even my second attempt, you didn't even see that one. That was just awful. Through mistakes I made, where I'm like, oh, well, if I just do this, and then everything blew up, and it was awful. So now I'm going to pause the recording, come back with a new board. I will have the microphone turned off now until I have something important to share. But I'm going to use that strategy. Okay, this is it. And it was a combination, which I'm kind of glad about. It was sliding this one out, which is harder to deal with, and then getting this one in that same column. So both are possibilities, but I can tell you that sliding things out is the more likely way to be able to solve this level. It took me between 30 and 35 tries, but quite a few of those tries, when I was able to slide things out, I said, oh, I'm so close, I'm so close. And it just didn't come to fruition. It is hard after you get things in the right position then to bring everything down to the very bottom because we have 5 colors on the board. But without that strategy of sliding it out, it never went extremely well. This was the best it went. I was really surprised, but happily so, that I was able to bring this completely down through that column. If you have any questions or comments, please put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.